Hello, I'm Ann Elliott from the Mount Lassen chapter of the California Native Plant Society, and today I'm visiting Cindy Weiner's garden. Here's Cindy. Cindy, thank you so much for inviting us to come and video your garden.
Well, I'm glad that you could come.
Okay, so tell us some about your garden and what inspires you to grow these native plants.
Well, we've been here about 12 years, and when we moved in, it was sort of the typical suburban kind of thing with lawns and stuff from big box stores. I've always been interested in native plants, well, at least since college, but I've never really gardened with them. But when we came here, I thought, oh, there's this 1 acre. Maybe I could start growing natives as well as just looking at them on hikes. So that's how it sort of evolved from there.
Well, that sounds exciting. Okay, well, show us some of your plants or planting areas.
Okay, so this is an area that used to have some birch trees in it. The birches weren't doing well during the drought. This area is not irrigated, and I wasn't too good about irrigating by hand. So this is going to be evolving into an area with plants that need no or very little supplemental watering. So we have purple sage, we've got a cultivar of Cleveland sage, we've got some red buds in here. Over there is a chaparral currant. And moving into this area, which used to be lawn. During the drought, we decided to just let our lawn go, and then gradually started replacing it with mostly native. So another salvia, bead bliss, with a little baby buckeye, and in bloom here are some penstemon spectabilis, showy penstemon.
Those are lovely. Those are really lovely. So the salvias bloomed earlier. There's just the tail end of the bloom on that.
Tail end of that.
It's a nice spreading plant there. Nice ground cover.
It's a good ground cover. I gave a couple to my sister who lives in Galt, and she has a small front yard, and the 2 plants have covered nearly the entire front yard, which makes her happy because she doesn't have to do anything.
That's right. Good low maintenance item.
So the redwoods were here when we moved in, and we've removed some of them that we thought were too close to other structures. And they're not necessarily the plants I'd recommend for Chico, but we didn't want to cut them all down, and they are kind of nice.
Do you give them supplemental irrigation?
I do give them supplemental irrigation. You can see that a couple of them got kind of stressed during the drought. I probably wasn't giving them quite enough. So this area actually used to have 2 more redwood trees right in here, and it was quite shady. And since we removed those, it's gotten more sun. So this is sort of a transitional zone. It's got the native heucheras in here. It's got Oregon grape, another ribes, and over there some hummingbird sage is sort of going to the end of its bloom.
Your hummingbird sage looks good. It is just...
It's doing quite well there. A lot of things have difficulty growing under the shade of the redwoods and fighting the redwood roots, but the hummingbird sage seems to be able to handle it.
Oh, really? Okay. This
area actually goes back to before removing the lawn. So this used to be an area that had some pines in it. Native pines, although they were Monterey pines, not very suitable for Chico. So they were suffering, so we had them removed, and then I started putting in things here that wouldn't require any summer irrigation. So these things are, most of the things in here are like around 10 years old.
Oh, so quite showy.
Yeah, so I'm a real fan of native bulbs. So the red firecracker flowers are native to a little bit further north of us, maybe up in Shasta County. We have a white sage that's in bloom, and the woolly blue curls, which is native to more southern California. There's St. Catherine's lace, Eriogonum giganteum, which is coming into bloom, and also a bush poppy, which is blooming there in the background. the wildflowers that are blooming right now are Clarkia amoena, which is native more to the coast, and I find that they're very aggressive reseeders, you might say. So I often have to have so many volunteers in the spring, I have to weed them out.
Really? Oh.
And then this is a southern penstemon, Southern California penstemon. This is scarlet bugler, and it's another one that I usually have a lot of volunteers coming up. So this is, this is Salvia cultivar pozo blue, which is just coming up. It's very attracted to butterflies, especially like the pipevine swallowtail.
Oh, okay. Have you had very many pipevine swallowtail this year?
I've seen a few.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't, and I do have a pipevine elsewhere on the property, but I haven't seen any caterpillars yet.
I like how the blossoms sort of stick out and make these little platforms in this.
Yeah, you see a lot of native bees coming into them as well. So, and in fact, there's an area in Chico right at the roundabout by the entrance to Hooker Park where they have this, I copied their design idea there. They had a row of McMinn Manzanita, and in front of it a row of what I think are pozo blue salvias, and then California fuchsia in the front. And one day a few years ago, I was driving around there, and what I noticed first was just dozens and dozens of the pipevine swallowtail swarming all over the pozo blue, which was in full bloom. So then I decided to copy that design element.
Great. Okay, Cindy.
So I'm trying to do an area that gets quite a bit of sun during the day. So I'm trying to work on a pollinator garden that's going to attract native bees.
Oh.
So it's not exclusively native plants in here, but I've chosen plants that I've heard from other people are really good are very attractive to native bees. And I've included plants from the mint family, from the buckwheat family, and from the daisy family. Those seem to be ones that are really favored by pollinators. So I have another one of the woolly buckwheat over here. There's some Agastaki, not yet in bloom. There's yarrow. There's some lavender just coming into bloom. These irises aren't particularly attractive to native. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen a pollinator come to the irises, but these are a sentimental choice. My mother was really into growing bearded irises.
Well.
So I have a bunch in her memory.
That's great. And you have a citrus that will need the pollinators when it's in bloom.
Yeah, that's a satsuma, which I've tried to grow a Meyer lemon, but it's in this area of Chico, it's just too cold, but I can grow the satsuma. So here we have seaside daisy, which blooms for most of the summer, especially if you deadhead it. There's Areophila lanata and Heterotheca bullosa. So lavender coming into bloom. There's these plants are a Gaillardia, I think which is non-native. I think the cultivar is Mesa peach, and that seems to be quite attractive to pollinators.
Yes, I can imagine it. So look at this oriental gateway that you have here. Is this something that you have added?
Yeah, this is something my husband built after we had the area through the gate redone to be sort of a California native plant version of a Japanese garden. So he decided he wanted to build this Torii gate. He was interested. My husband is into woodworking.
Oh, okay.
So he was interested in how to construct this. In Japan, these apparently are all built without any sort of hardware holding it all together. They use wedges holding it together. So he wanted to give this a try.
That sounds like fun.
So this in here used to be a horseshoe pit with a big lawn. We were particularly interested in horseshoes, and we wanted to try something along the lines of a Japanese meditation garden. So we're putting in this carex meadow. We're having some trouble down here at this end with gophers coming in from that area. So I have to they keep killing things, and I have to keep replanting the carex. Eventually, I hope the rhizomes will get so thick that the gophers will give up.
And which carex is this that you...
This is carex praegacillus,
okay.
The cluster field sedge. And I've also interplanted some spring flowering bulbs in there. And that explains why it's so overgrown right now. Normally we mow it a few times a year, but I'm waiting for the leaves of the bulbs to ripen before I mow it. So, and this area gets regular water, so I've chosen some bulbs that can tolerate having water during the summer. Most California bulbs like to be dry, so I have a camas in here and the white grape camas and things of that nature.
What's this ribes here?
This is the pink flowering one. I forget the common name. But this one is doing very well. You can see there's even forming some berries on it.
Some blue-eyed grass finished blooming.
Yeah.
Nice. And is this a Howard McMinn again, or a different variety? Good. Good. Foundation plant.
When I first started planting, it was sort of like the Botanical garden look, with one plant here of one species and then a different species over there, and then after a while I decided to look a lot more integrated. I planted several of things that do well and had them recur throughout the yard, so it really looked like an integrated whole rather than like a botanic garden.
Sometimes it takes a while to figure out what grows well in certain areas.
Exactly. So I have lots of Howard McMinns. I recently planted a lot of skunk bush, Rus diversiloba, and I have several ribes, lots of Oregon grape, and they're generally sort of versatile plants that can go into a lot of different areas.
This is just a lovely, peaceful place with your little rock sculptures and this water feature.
Yeah, water feature, and then this is the Zen-like garden here. But here's a Toyon that I think is about 8 years old.
Oh, it's quite robust. Likes it here. A good alternative to the oleander, which is right big.
Oleander, good alternative to Botania. So we're moving into the area that was landscaped soon after, or the landscape was changed soon after we moved into the house. This area in here was all gravel, and it was sort of like a play area for the children of the former owners and their dog. And then back in there was a large sports court. So we had this pond up here. The idea is that we would eventually have koi, but here it is 12 years later, and we still just have the goldfish we started out with. And the sports court, part of this area under the sports court is where the leach lines are for the septic system.
Oh, of course.
So they shouldn't have been under that concrete anyway. So we decided to plant mostly perennials out there so they wouldn't bother, the roots wouldn't bother the leach field. Here I have some plants that look like they belong in wetlands because that's where they grow in nature, but they don't actually need a whole lot of water. So I have a spreading rush here, and I have the corn stud over there, And then there's a couple of juncos growing on either side of the pond. Under, of course, a non-native Japanese maple.
What sets the mooding for the oriental?
Yeah. Creeping mahonia.
Oh, the creeping mahonia. Okay. Look at these beautiful columbines here.
Yeah, the columbines. This area used to be sunnier, but as the trees got taller, then it has a lot of shade. So,
nice patches of milkweed.
So there's milkweed. We have the showy milkweed and the narrowleaf milkweed in here. And there's some non-native echinacea and some black-eyed Susan. There's some native bulbs that are blooming right now, the ukao, and the non-native bellflowers, the non-native genus. But there's also there's a carpentria just finishing bloom. There's some cucura in here.
Oh, well, these milkweeds are just about ready to pop, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting close. It's getting a little shady in here for the milkweed, but they're still charming. Some more hummingbird stage over there, along with the Sierra gooseberry.
Is that your only gooseberry? Is that?
Yeah, that's the only gooseberry. The others I have ribes are all currants.
Showy flowers here.
The orange flowers here are Salvia ambigua. They normally grow in the desert, so they don't need any water at all once they're established.
Oh, that's a good place next to all that hot pavement, huh?
And then there's a limulus over here that's growing really tall.
These ukao are gorgeous. Just popping up. And you go and look at this mimulus. What was this mimulus again?
I forget what. I think it's probably some cultivar of Aurantiacus, but I don't remember for sure.
Big bush.
Also growing in here, there's big patches of California goldenrod, and there's some, which those aren't in bloom yet. There's California fuchsia, which is in bloom yet. The yarrow is just starting. We have some catmint here, which is non-native but very attractive to all the pollinators.
Oh, okay. That's the catmint right there.
Back in the corner is the first ceanothus I planted, the dark star ceanothus. And it's well past bloom now, but I'm very pleased with it. I think it's about 8 or 9 years old. And it doesn't get any supplemental water. This is sulfur-flowered buckwheat Erialganum umbulatum, which is native to Butte County. And there are several different botanical varieties or horticultural choices, so it's one of my favorite plants.
It is. It's lovely. And will it bloom most of the year, or is it sort of a late spring, early summer?
Late spring into the summer kind of thing.
And some more flax there. And what were these again? These?
Well, these resemble the other penstemon in the front yard, which were scarlet bugler. But this is it's very similar looking, but a different species. This is Penstemon newtonii. I think it's called Firecracker Pistol. The difference, the leaves look different, but the flowers, it's hard to tell them apart.
And there's some of that Clarkia you said that takes over.
The pushy part, Clarkia.
The pushy Clarkia. Oh, and there's a yellow Brodia. What's that?
That's Trillea ixioides, not my pretty face. This area, we're here in the front yard now, and the area here in the middle used to all be lawn, and then it was surrounded by planting areas with a variety of different things in it. And then over here there were a number of birch trees. The birches weren't flourishing even before the drought, so we had the birches removed and made this area a lot more shady. A lot more sunny in the morning. So we planted some things that can tolerate a certain amount of sun. So in here we have a redbud flanked by Ceanothus lemonii, which is native to Butte County. This is a sage sort of unknown parentage, but probably a Salvia clevelandii in there somewhere. Really beautiful bloom, similar to Pozo blue. That's why I think maybe Salvia clevelandii is one of the parents.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And over here there's some California fescue.
Oh yeah, it's just such graceful seed heads it's got.
Yeah, it's really, when it blows in the wind, it's great. So here's some little cultivars of Eriogonum nudum. They have yellow flowers, so it's Ella Nelson yellow is the cultivar name.
Oh, it's a different kind of thing.
So another mimulus here, and some California fuchsia not yet in bloom. Some California skullcap just coming into bloom. Another buckwheat over here. This is California buckwheat.
Very nice coat. This looks really nice, this ground cover here. Yeah. And what was this over here, Cindy?
This is California buckwheat.
Oh yeah. It's getting ready to bloom.
Getting ready to bloom.
Yeah.
So this is mountain mahogany. Circle carpet. It's about 8 or 9 years old. And it, once it was, I gave it some supplemental irrigation the first couple of years, and now it doesn't get anything. So it's not a super fast grower, but it's very handsome, and then I see that this year looks like it's going to have a good crop of fruit. You can see the fruit starting here, the style from the long dates, and then later on, as the summer goes on, it gets covered with this dense covering of short hairs, kind of twists and curls around. So it's really striking.
They are beautiful. And another bulb over here.
Yeah, so it is another ukal.
Just little surprises that then fade away.
One of my favorite grasses, Bouteloua gracilis, blue grama grass.
Oh, okay. And are you going to keep those as clumpy things, or?
Yeah. That's how they grow, kind of clumpy. So, and then surrounding this area that used to formerly be the lawn, there's a variety of other things. I have a lot of foothill penstemon, which is in bloom now. There's coyote mint, not yet in bloom. There's some non-native Eulenburgia grasses, as well as more of the blue grama grass. There's some ornamental.
There's the coyote mint.
Ornamental Eriogonum. And there's a black sage over there under the crepe myrtle. It probably would like a sunnier location, but I forced it to grow in a semi-shady place.
So these are another purple sage? Or?
Yeah, this is another sage. This is Salvia brandigii. I think the cultivar is called Pacific Blue.
Okay.
So the flowers are smaller than some of the
Well,
other sages.
look at the seed heads on that one. Whew,
Yeah.
it just went crazy this.
So I tend
Spring.
to not deadhead very early because I just want gifts to provide birds the opportunity to come eat the seeds. So things can look a little bit, if you're a person that really likes a tidy garden, things can look a little bit untidy for a while.
Cindy, thank you so much for showing us around this wonderful little collection of interesting plants, things that you wouldn't necessarily see in a traditional garden. Really appreciate it, and I know that it's important for you to be growing native plants, not only for their enjoyment, but also for the pollinators and the birds.
Well, thanks so much.